everybody. I'm here in the Hood. Mount Hood, that is. I'm following the Pioneers trails. I'm following Lewis and Clark, the Oregone Trail, and much less. Most of what I know about the Oregon Trail stems from playing the Microprose Learning Company video game called the Oregon Trail. Common jokes here would be about dysentery, your wife losing an arm. The Oregon Trail is really a prelude to so much in this country. Pilgrims managed 2,100 miles of trail to get to Oregon. There was never really one dedicated trail. It was a series of trails that led to Oregon. Oregon, of course, named after either the instrument or the spice. None can remember. The biggest thing about the people swarming the country now was that they didn't care who was there before them. They didn't care how they were treated. They didn't see them as equals. Manifest Destiny was all about paradise. It was a divine ordination to expand across North America to the west, to do anything you'd like, to go to Idaho and ski, cheat on your wife, and then have a slope in Idaho named after the maid that you fucked and ruined your marriage from. Paradise. That's what they sought, and that's what they thought they found.
Friends are warmer than gold when you're old. Keeping them is harder than you might suppose. Lately I tend to make strangers wherever I go. Some of them were once people I was happy to know. Mounting mileage on the dash, double darkness falling fast. I keep stressing, pressing on. 10,000 afternoons ago, all my happiness just overflowed. That was life at first and goal to go. Not the purple hills, it's not the silver lakes, it's not the snow cloud shadowed interstates, it's not the icy bike chain rain of Portland, Oregon. All my happiness is gone. It's all gone somewhere beyond. All my happiness is gone.
Lewis and Clark's manifest destiny assured a picturesque future to come. We look back at why they chose to make this journey. Why would they sacrifice and challenge themselves so much for what? Thomas Jefferson asked them. That's why. The object of your mission is to explore the most direct and predictable water communication across the continent for the purposes of commerce. In layman's terms, that just means that they wanted to find a water route through the country, through the Mississippi to the Pacific Ocean. I don't know who would communicate with a river, but I'm not the president. What better way to understand why they made the journey than to hear directly from the source? Journals left by Lewis and Clark tell of their tales. Those people gave me to eat nuts and berries and a little dried fish, and sold me a hat of their own taste without a brim, and baskets in which they hold their water. They appear to trade mostly, i.e., pounded fish, bear grass, and roots. However, they get in return for those articles blue and white beads, copper, tea kettles, brass armbands, some scarlet and blue robes, and a few articles of old clothes. William Clark was what might be known as an entrepreneur these days, citing that the Indians might completely leave all of their food behind to get some beads. Lewis was a poet. As we passed on, it seemed as if those scenes of visionary enchantment would never have an end. To gaze upon this sublimely grand spectacle forms the grandest sight I ever beheld. Well, you get it, it's grand. What wasn't grand was how they treated the native people, that's for sure. Look at this shit. They must perish from off the face of the earth. They explored immense waterways down the Columbia River Gorge, and I looked up upon Multnomah Falls and another astonishing sight of Wysondanger Falls, or as Jar Jar Binks would say, Wysondanger. These watersheds were often picked to the bone by pioneers coming through the West. Millions of fish used to fill the river, floods so thick that some would say you could walk across them. One thing I love is the opportunity to see something I've never seen before. Hydroelectric dams, fish ladders. It never fails when you travel alone that someone has your ear. And as I try to spy different types of fish through the murky water, I was approached from behind by a man who asked me, "Do you know what you're looking at?"
So he's a Chinook right there. He's actually a Springer Chinook right there. So he really should have been here about a month and a half ago.
So are you counting them digitally? Is it like a motion sensor?
No, we count by the eye. They call us live counters.
Wow.
So every fish that has to pass through one of these sides. So that's a Chinook right there, the bottom one. That's a Chinook right there. Okay, they're on the bottom, 3 sockeye on the bottom. These are all shad. That's a sockeye right there. That's a sockeye. But the problem is these goddamn shad that come through. Literally, in a 5-week period, we're getting like over 3 million shad.
Are they the invasive one?
Yeah, they brought them over like in 1851. They dropped them in the west section of the river. The reason why they were doing that, they were trying to make a food supply for like the old 49ers, the old Niners. Well, actually, the count's down this year. Normally, we're getting like 5 to 6 million. It was literally a 5-week period. So at any given time, we can be in this little office here. You'll count like 20,000 in an hour. So that guy, there's a steelhead. Those are all shad. That's a sockeye right there. That's a sockeye. Where are you from?
Baltimore.
All right, cool.
You don't get tired of fish?
I don't know. Not really. I mean,
It's not like counting sheep, I guess.
And I do find myself, because if you actually walk up this here and come back, all these fish are staged in a pool. There's a 45-degree wall across this pool, and they stage up against that wall. And so on my break, sometimes I'll find myself up there just looking at fish again, even though I'm on my break. I really didn't need a job, but my wife wanted me out of the house. And so they had a sign, so I'm like, oh, what the hell, go over here, because I just live right across the river. But as I was growing up, no one ever really took me fishing, right? And so it was just kind of rite of passage. So literally every Saturday I'd get up like 5 in the morning. It was like when I was 20 years old, I'd get up at 5 in the morning and I'd start hitting these river systems. And there's like 5 or 6 rivers along the Washington side. And every river you fish with different types of corkies or spinners or bait. And so I'd go out and for a year and a half, dude, I'd go talk to the old timers. And I'd talk to the old timers and say, hey, well, what are you doing here? What's this about? What type of bait do I use? This, that, the other thing. So those damn little shit out again. Just one of those
What's
things.
the craziest fish you've ever seen?
We had a 9-footer, the big boy right there. We had a 9-footer, and we had a 9-foot sturgeon in here, and he actually got stuck over here, and they actually had to bring in a crane and crane him out of this thing. So we have the actual fish hatchery on the far side of the property.
Oh yeah.
So when he came in originally, he would have gone to the left of the fish hatchery. We have Herman the sturgeon over there. He's actually 11 and a half foot long. He's like 88 years old, 88, 90 years old. He's like 550 pounds.
Dangerous obstacles. 2 miles place. Take the reins on the winter. No pause. It's harder than last year.
I think he's actually Herman the sturgeon number 4.
Okay.
But so he's 11 and a half feet. So imagine this like 25 years ago, he's having 19 footer. This guy's still big 11 and a half feet. It'll be amazing 11 and a half. The one that was over like 25 years ago was 19 feet long. So he jumped over the steps and stuff.
Why would someone stab him?
You've got 2-3 reasons. I've heard different reasons. You look at like they wanted the eggs, caviar. They wanted the meat because sturgeon meat is supposed to be the best meat you can get for any type of fish. I guess you cube it and you fry it up in the pan. And there's a rumor that there was a couple going out and they were breaking up, and the female of the couple really loved her and the sturgeon, and so the guy apparently, I guess he was jealous or something. And they were breaking up, and so apparently the rumor is he jumped in and killed the fish to spite her. Gotta say, if you are hanging around Mount Hood for a little while, man, you might just go check out that map upstairs. I say it's $14, and it has every single log and road, this, that, the other thing on it.
I say goodbye to my new best friend Herman. Hitting up my favorite local spot. Can I do the granita?
The
Cold? Yeah.
Yeah.
Medium?
I'm 35.
Thank you.
No problem.
No!
You almost forgot your card.
Thank you.
No problem.
Have a good one.
day.
Your card. This is what it's about, baby. Like Lewis and Clark before me, I head across the Columbia River trying to scope out some stuff, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You see the usual sights on the road. Till I finally see her. bask in her glory before heading to a bar to try to get some local insight on the goings-on in, was it military camp or something like that?
So
I
can
live
you
in
go
Canada.
to doctors whenever you want?
Yes. I can go to doctors faster in Canada than I can here. No, are you kidding? I needed a gynecological appointment. I was 6 months out. Tim needs a fucking colonoscopy, university colonoscopy. He's 8 weeks out for an intake. You think it's easy here? It's
When?
not. Now.
Here, because of, I feel like.
No,
because of
that's
COVID.
Montana too.
I'm so left and right, it doesn't matter. Not say so left and right,
I mean,
because I
well,
grew up in a very, not this area, I grew up in a very poverty area. It's like, oh, you're a drug addict, or you did one thing, you're in a trade.
They seemed like nice people, but I decided to walk out of there. I had a date with a campsite near Mount Hood in the secluded Elk Meadows area. There's a couple thousand feet of climb, and I hadn't done a backpack trip in a long time, so I figured, why not lace up my bear spray, fill up my water, and walk up. Okay, this is what it's actually about. One of the core tenets of camping out in the wilderness like this is to have an appropriate bear pack lifted high above the ground.
Is that poison oak? I don't know what poison oak looks like. You guys like movie Rope? Getting tired. I'll just use this tree. Emma. Is that even in camera? Yeah. Cool.
I didn't start this fire. Oh. Jesus Christ. Ew. What the fuck? It's not doing it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Wow. That would be a good test. Ow, fuck. Contact. Alright, dude. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. It's just how I drew it up. Base meal. 44 jizz. I'm not going to Google how long it takes for water to boil. I'm enjoying this. Oh, pretty good. Not a great aftertaste. A little gamey. After sunset, I retired to my tent and tried to get some sleep. However, something stirred. Unsure what it was, I froze, clinging tight to my bear spray, wondering if it smelled me, or how it even came to find me. I flash my light around to see if I can find anything, but nothing's there. It makes you wonder how much can see you without you seeing it. I didn't sleep well. It's a jewel of the Northwest in the Mount Hood wilderness. Another stratovolcano. Mount Hood, sometimes called Y East, there seems to be no evidence to suggest this is a genuine name in native languages. Halfway through my journey to Crater Lake, I arrived at the Kansas City of Mountains, Mount Washington, located in Oregon. Here I met a man who open carried, and I drank a little bit of a drink. After a campsite invasion the night before, I was eager to get some rest, but drinking a little bit of drink and worrying about the man next to me, carrying a gun with his tiny little Toto dog, I thought about all the ways that guy could kill me. His gun, his overpowering arms, and then he started playing a song on a guitar, and I couldn't handle it. I thought it was something I played. I don't fucking remember the song. Overwhelmed by the threat of death, I got in my car, and I started to see things. Morphing, amorphous, godlike lights. And I thought, is this my manifest destiny? Am I seeing what they were talking about? At first light, I gathered everything I could and threw it in the car. I exchanged a passing wave with him. He'll never know his impact on me. After spending so much time in Portland and Mount Hood, it was nice to finally feel like I was going to be out in the elements, completely alone, unbothered by any sort of man in a Jeep playing Grateful Dead out of it. No, we can't have everything we want. It was just nice to be here. Folks, I'm here at Crater Lake next to a snow measurement device. I'm going to research what the markers mean, but as you can tell, I'm 7'2", and these go pretty high. So they get a lot of snow here during the winter. That's my guess. Okay. That's right, Julian. They get over 500 inches annually. That's around 44 to 46 feet. Just saw a Mennonite building a snowman on the top of a volcano. Saw a Mennonite building a snowman on a volcano. I'm looking at what trails might be closed for the season, or like you guys have construction going on.
There's two trails closed right now.
Okay.
Watchman
Okay.
and Garfield.
Okay.
Everything else is open. That doesn't mean it's accessible.
Is that the one going under construction for a while, Watchman?
No. This is the one that's going under construction for 3 seasons.
Okay.
Starting at the end of this season.
Okay.
But it's open right now.
That's the one to get to the
water.
To the water. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I just wanted a map too. Are they over there?
Here, I got a map for you.
You're all done. Okay. Because the sun's speaking of calderas, so we call this place Crater Lake National Park, but this isn't actually a crater technically, it's actually a caldera. And this is called the Devil's Backbone. The lowest spire of the backbone reaches up around 250 feet and is only about 25 feet wide. Skell, the spirit of the sky, who stood on the summit of Mount Shasta to defend the people, the two spirits clashed in a violent battle. Fire, ash, and lightning filled the sky, and eventually Skell defeated Lau and hurled him back into the underworld. To prevent Lau from ever escaping again, Skell, again the spirit of the sky, caused the mountain to collapse in on itself, burying Lau beneath the earth. That collapse formed the massive caldera we're sailing through today. Some say the jagged rocks, spires of Phantom Ship are all that remain of Lau's body, and that Skell still watches from above. Almost everything you see around here today wasn't created by the eruption, but revealed by it. When the mountain collapsed, it stripped away the outer layers and exposed the deep hidden geology inside. So things like Lau Rock being sheared in half, being able to see a cross-section, the Devil's Backbone. We think it's pretty similar to a wizard's hat. And up at the top is the Witch's Cauldron, the crater, which is actually the only real crater in Crater Lake National Park.
Yeah, I'm breathing. It's because I'm breathing. Oh my god. I start to lose my breath as I climb at 6,000 feet elevation, 500 more feet. And I wonder to myself, what am I running from? Why do I hike? What got me here? When I was a kid, I was in the Boy Scouts. I took hiking merit badge with my dad as the merit badge counselor, and I went on trips with my troop. One time, some kids broke a branch and they had to duct tape it back up. For a long time, I thought my dad, a staunch environmentalist, had forced the children to do this so that they could learn a lesson about leaving no trace. But a source close to me revealed the deepest, darkest secret I had never known.
I'm picturing myself in Broad Creek Scout Reservation. I'm going to say the year was 2001 to 2003. We were just like dicking around a tree. So what else do a bunch of Boy Scouts do other than climb that tree and dick around in the tree? I believe it was my father's idea, Mark Butler Sr., Scoutmaster, to repair this tree because we're good Boy Scouts and we don't damage nature. So his idea of not damaging nature is wrapping duct tape around it. To this day, to over 20 years later, do I think that was a good idea? No. Do I think I really learned any lessons from doing that? No. Your father, Jim, was definitely, in my recollection, not in support of this idea. But yeah, I think he was like, Mark, this is a stupid idea. Okay, cool. You're gonna blur my face, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks to that anonymous source, I have so much more insight and background into my love of nature. I make it to the top of the crater and view down at the placid lake below, knowing that for the next 3 years, no one will ever be able to dip their toes in this water. Except for me.
Come home late and you come home early. You come home big when you're feeling small. You come home straight and you come home curly. Sometimes you don't come home at all. So when words come over you, oh, what in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. Yeah, out there running just to be on the run. So what in the world come over you? Oh, what in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run.
Wizard Island and my boat tore over. The last thing to do in Crater Lake was ascend the crater.
You want a picture yourself?
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
Fuck.
Oh.
Wow.
Hello, are you Julian?
Yes.
Okay, so our meeting spot was actually across the highway.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Nope, that's okay. You're the only one today.
Okay.
So the thing is, I do need you to back up though, because I need to be in front of you to take you up.
Sounds good.
Don't tell Hertz I did this.
Here's one of our stray boys right here. That's Lakota. He just came out. He was laying in the shade and decided to come out and lay in the sunshine and go, oh, we've got company. Welcome to White Wolf Sanctuary. And so our Adamus did come with his. These boys and girls are ambassadors. They were all born and raised in captivity, so they are not releasable into the wild. And our mission here is to help protect and preserve wolves in the wild, promote the recovery of wolf populations where appropriate, and encourage conservation, preservation through education of all wildlife and the roles they have in their natural world. We do feed them every single day. And they get fed in the evening. This time of year, they get between 5 to 7 pounds each. In the winter, they get 7 to 10 pounds each.
It was such a privilege to see a beast like this behind a metal fence and not rummaging through my campsite to find my mountain man dinners. But it also broke my heart, because this was one of the last things I would see here.
Summer's ends around the bend just flying. Swimming suits are on the line just drying.
Perhaps the pioneers and many natives before had seen something in Oregon that I just never could.
Hope I didn't ruin your whole vacation.
Like a sturgeon being stabbed to death, kidnapped, and burned alive, 2025 has been like going through hell, but hell kept going. Nonetheless, I think it's important for me to look back on the better things. Like your wife letting you get out of the house to tally some fish. Your health insurance kicking in just at the right time. A bear not gnawing you. God sparing you from the final manifest destiny. Making it up that hill. listening to your favorite music respectfully,
Come on home.
and even healing a branch because you used the finest tools you had on hand.
Just come on home. Valentine's breaks hearts and minds at random.
I look forward to prettier days, white wolf days, days that I don't languish in waking up and can appreciate the beauty of running away. For now, at least, I can look forward to renewing my park pass